Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daniela. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below so that way you can join the family. Today we're going to be doing a story time, and my story time is about my Tinder date experience. Yes, my Tinder date experience. So let's just start from the very beginning. So I made Tinder about maybe like a year ago, and I'm never really on there. I posted maybe like about 4 pictures, and I'm just on there sporadically. When I'm bored or something like that, I'll go on there and I'll just see who's on there. So one day I was just scrolling, and I ended up matching with somebody. So when I clicked on his profile, he was pretty cute, you know what I'm saying? He was into stuff that I'm into, like spirituality and stuff like that. We had a lot of things in common, so he ended up hitting me up and we were talking for a little bit. We talked on the phone, we also video chatted, so I knew he was a real person. So he asked me if I wanted to meet him, and I was like, of course. So we ended up meeting, and the first thing he says when he sees me is, "You don't look the same as you do on your pictures." I was like, what? I don't look the same. I'm like, I don't Photoshop my pictures. I don't really edit my pictures like that. So I don't understand. What do you mean I don't look the same? So I asked him, I'm like, what do you mean I don't look the same? He was like, I thought you looked thicker in your pictures and you don't look the same in person. I'm like,
Bitch, what? Bitch, what?
like, hold up. First of all, that's rude as hell to say to somebody, like, oh, you don't look like as thick as you do in your pictures as you do in person. First of all, baby, I don't Photoshop anything. It's not like I try to make my waist small, my butt bigger, or my legs bigger, or anything that, like, of course I know my angles, but I look pretty petite in my pictures as I do in person. So I don't understand why he would even feel the need to say that. But at the end of the day, you know, he has his opinion. He's going to say what he wants to say, whatever. That just left me a bad taste in my mouth. So when he said that, I was like, oh, okay. And I thought you looked different too, because I'm not going to let him think that, you know, he got one up on me because he said that. So I said that back to him. Like, I didn't think you looked the same either. He goes, why? I said, I thought you were going to be cuter. At the end of the day, everybody has their own opinion. So if he felt like that, that's fine. But the way he said it when he had first initially seen me, not even, hey, you know what I'm saying? Nice to meet you. How's it going? Just, you don't look the same. It's just kind of like threw me off. So he picked me up. Ladies, that's the first mistake I made. Don't ever let somebody come pick you up. Always meet them, take a cab, do what you gotta do, but just meet them there. Don't ever let them pick you up, especially if you don't really know the person 110% yet. So anyway, we went to the carnival. We had food, we had drinks, like we were walking around, we were looking at the rides and stuff like that. Like we had a really nice time. We were mostly talking, trying to get to know each other. He seemed like a nice, decent guy.
Okay.
You know, the date went really well, and then he dropped me home, and then, you know, maybe 2 or 3 days passed by. And in between those days, we were talking, we were texting, you know, I think we video chatted like once or twice in between those times, and everything seemed like it was going so good. Then on the 3rd day, he asked me, oh, do I wanted to chill, if I wanted to chill with him. So I told him like, oh yeah, sure. So this time he picks me up and we go to his house. Okay, so we get to his house, we're drinking, talking. We didn't really watch TV or anything like that. We're mostly just talking, just getting to know each other, talking about different topics. Just the vibes were really good. It was just really good vibes going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? It was no awkwardness, no nothing. Then all of a sudden I see him pick up his phone, he made a face, and he closed it, and then he went outside. So in my head, I'm thinking, you know, maybe he got a text message, maybe he needs to like make a phone call or something. I didn't think anything of it, because at the end of the day, we just started talking. So he went outside and slammed the door. So I'm like, what was the point of slamming the door? And all of a sudden, the door opens and slams again. So I'm like, what's really happening right now? Like, why do you keep opening the door and slamming it? So then the door opens again, but this time I see a female's hand, and his hand is over it, and she's trying to open the door, and he's really trying to keep that door shut. So I hear that door, boom, that door slams again. So I'm like, the heck? So I immediately jumped up, put my shoes on, and I go by the door, and I'm like, what the heck? So then the door opens, and there's like a girl with blonde hair, blue eyes, and she comes up and she's like, oh, you're talking to my man, da 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 da. Like, and her pupils, she looked like she was on something because her pupils were huge. And she's in my face yelling and screaming like, oh, you're talking to my man, that's my baby, da 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 da. And I'm like, girl, me and him is just friends. Like, you can have him. Like, so when she said that, I immediately try to calm her down because I'm trying to figure out like what's really happening right now. Like, is this really happening to me right now? Like, does he really have a girlfriend, or whoever the case she may be, in this house, yelling in my face, yelling in his face, going crazy. She's grinding her teeth. She's like on something. So immediately, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to fight her, but I'm like, she looks like she's on something. She's grinding her teeth. What happens if she tries to bite me? Like, I'm not trying to get AIDS. I'm not trying to get no STD. I'm not trying to get hepatitis C or anything. So my immediate thing is to calm her down because I'm not trying to fight her right now, especially over some dude that I don't even know like that. You know what I'm saying? So I calm her down. I'm like, yo, baby girl, like, what is going on? Like, tell me who he is to you and what's going on. So she tells me like, oh, this is her boyfriend. They've been going out with each other for like 5 years, on and off, this, that, and the third. He immediately shuts her up by holding her mouth. Then they're fist fighting each other. Then he grabs her and then they flew over the balcony. Like, I'm talking about they flew backwards over this balcony and broke it. So I'm like, yo, I know it's not funny, but it's funny, like, in hindsight, thinking about it. Like, what is really going on? Did they just fly over the balcony and break it? So I immediately grab my stuff and I get the hell out of there. I immediately start walking down the block and I'm like, yo, what is going on? So then he comes outside with her and he's like, oh, where are you going? Like, you're really gonna listen to this and you're really gonna listen to everything she's saying? And I'm like, first of all, like, you got some random girl, whether it's true or not, you got some random girl at your house trying to fight me and trying to fight you. And it's like, how did she even know I was there? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did she even know I was going to be there? I didn't drive. You picked me up. Like, did you tell her I was going to be there? Like, how did she even know anything about me? You know, it was just very sketchy and just very, like, weird to me. So I was like, no, I'm out of here. Deuces. Like, y'all can handle whatever y'all got to handle, but I'm going. So then she was like, oh, I'll give you a ride home, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like,
stupid, I'm not going to let you get the chance.
so I can end up in a ditch somewhere, dead? Like, no, you're not giving me a ride home. I immediately called one of my friends to come pick me up. And he came and got me. Then they started fist fighting again. So I immediately just started speed walking down the block. I went into a neighbor's yard because he had immediately hopped in the car and tried to look for me. So I didn't want him to see me walking down the block and try to like pick me up, especially she's running behind the car. So I just went into a neighbor's yard. I sat down on their porch and I immediately called my friend to come get me. And he's still arguing with the girl in the background, arguing, screaming. He's speeding, turning around, doing all this other crazy stuff. And I'm just sitting there watching like, this is crazy. I can't believe I got myself even in this situation, in this mess. I don't even go out like that. I don't even talk to people like that. The one time I do decide to talk to somebody, look at the situation that I'm in. Like, this is why I stay to myself. Anyway, so they were fighting for a while and all of a sudden it just goes dead silent. And my friend pulls up maybe like 10 minutes later. After I get in the car, I'm telling my friend everything that happened. Like, yo, it's really crazy. Like this, that, and the third. My friend's just like, that's crazy. Maybe like a few days later, he keeps calling me and calling me and calling me. I don't answer. He kept calling me. So I picked up and I'm like, what do you want? Then he was trying to apologize and tell me like, listen, you know, that was my ex, this, that, and the third. Like, she's obsessed with me. She's crazy. She just showed up there. I never told her that you were there. And I'm just like, I don't believe you. Second of all, like, I don't want to be in some type of drama. Like, that's not what I'm about. So delete my number. I want nothing to do with you. Like, and I left it at that. So the moral of the story is delete Tinder. Don't even go on there. Psychos is on there. Be very careful with these dating sites. Just throwing it out there. Did not have a good experience with these people. Like, you just have to be very careful when you meet people because it could turn out to be a psychopath. The number one rule is always drive yourself. Don't ever let them pick you up. At the time, I didn't have a car, so they came and got me. If I would have did things differently, I definitely would have either took a cab or had my friend come pick me up and either stay with us or, you know, make them come pick me up or something like that because shit got dangerous real quick. Okay, guys, so we reached the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed my story time. And if you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Also, don't forget to hit the bell notification so that way when I post a new video, you guys can get notified. Until next time, deuces.